Draft is in the books, and in this video, we are talking about the Los Angeles Rams 2026 draft class. There wasn't a single controversial pick, right? We will talk about it. I'll mention my favorite pick, the ones that I'm, still have question marks in regards to, and of course, I am so excited to talk to you, all of you, in the comments below. So let me know your thoughts on this Rams draft. I will stay out for Ty Simpson specifically. I'll start with talking about him, but in case you're in this video just looking to hate on Ty Simpson, this isn't going to be a Ty Simpson video specifically because I know there's a lot of that going around. I will talk about my thoughts on that pick, but along with every other draft pick by the Los Angeles Rams. And just again, this is my opinion, my thoughts. Feel free to disagree with me. I enjoy nuance. I wish there was more of it in our society. As we will start this video, feel free to like and subscribe and hype because that's a thing on YouTube now. And of course, comment below your thoughts because I want to hear them. All right, let's talk about it. Elephant in the room, Ty Simpson. I don't have a lot more to contribute to the Ty Simpson conversation. It's already been a lot of media hoopla about it. I'll just say this. I find it interesting that we often will see NFL teams criticized for not developing quarterbacks, right? And here you have a team that is selecting a quarterback in the first round in the Los Angeles Rams, and they're flat out saying, "Oh yeah, we want to develop him. Yeah, we're picking him this high. We believe in him. We are going to have him learn behind a Hall of Fame quarterback in Matthew Stafford, the reigning MVP. Yeah, that's a good plan. And again, I still think Ty Simpson is the biggest winner of the NFL draft as a whole. I think because he didn't start that many games at college, going to a team like the Los Angeles Rams is absolutely the best career move for him. This was better than him going to a team where he would have maybe had an opportunity to start right away. No, I think if you're Ty Simpson, keep your receipts of all the people hating on you. If you're and make sure that you're funneling that and take advantage on the once in a lifetime opportunity that you have been blessed with. And honestly, the more and more I hear from Ty Simpson, the more and more I like him. I think yeah, I was shocked. If you saw my video last week, I was shocked when the Rams picked him at 13, but not so shocked that I don't like the pick. I know there's lots of different opinions in regards to that of like, oh, the Rams are in a Super Bowl window. Why are you picking a quarterback that at best can be your backup? Who knows? But I will say that it's a curious pick, and I'm excited to see Ty Simpson's career play out. If you look at the Rams' history of backup quarterbacks, Jimmy Garoppolo, a veteran present, right? Before then, like I know there's the Stetson Bennett, kind of wild card in there, but John Wolford, Bryce Perkins, right? Like the Rams, they kind of were scraping the budget bin for the backup quarterback position. So here you have them investing high draft capital in a quarterback that they're hoping becomes their quarterback of the future. So anyway, I do like the pick. It's grown on me. I was shocked when it initially happened. I think that if the Rams as a team can prepare for Stafford's retirement by developing Ty Simpson, give him every opportunity to succeed. Right? Get have him mentored by a great quarterback coach, a great quarterback room. Help him see what Stafford's doing, how he preps for a game, how he reads a defense, right? And if that means that the Rams have stable quarterback play for years to come, I'm here for it. It's a great pick. I don't want to go back to the quarterback carousel days of Austin Davis, Nick Foles, Sam Bradford, Case Keenum, right? Like Kyle Buller. Like, if you're a Rams fan, do you want to go back to those days? Because I do not want to get back on that ride. And I've said this, and I appreciate anyone who kind of shares this sentiment with me. Jared Goff stabilized the quarterback position for the Los Angeles Rams. When the Rams traded Goff for Stafford, that elevated the the quarterback position for the Los Angeles Rams. And if the Rams can continue to have stable quarterback play for years to come, sign me up. Sign me up. Anyway, I've talked a lot about Ty Simpson, but that's my thoughts on the Ty Simpson's pick. And it's not my favorite pick of this draft, and I'll get to that. But I am excited about watching Ty Simpson's career develop beyond, just the media overreaction that we currently are in right now. My so the my favorite pick of the draft is actually Max Clark in the second round, tight end of Ohio State. And I've already seen some people say like, well, why did we draft another, big, tight end? We already have a pretty stacked tight end room. Keep it stacked. That's my mindset. And like this is back-to-back years. The Rams in round two have drafted a tight end, right? Terrence Ferguson last year, Max Clark this year. And why this is my favorite pick of the draft is the Rams 13 personnel was a huge strength of the team last year. And if you can continue to make that strength even stronger, do it, right? Tyler Higbee, he's coming back. We're excited for Big Rig to be back, but there is those injury concerns, right? So I hope Max Clark has kind of that similar opportunity that I mentioned about Ty Simpson. Learn from Tyler Higbee, learn from Davis Allen, right? Learn from Colby Parkinson, right? Terrence Ferguson, let's continue to develop him. Make this tight end room the most annoying tight end rooms for opposing defenses, right? I want defensive coordinator to lose sleep over this tight end room, right? That is the goal here. So this is my favorite pick of the draft. I really like the Max Clark pick. I think that he can bring a consistency to what the Rams are trying to do on offense, and that's not a bad thing at all. Pick number three, Keegan Tross. Now, he's an offensive lineman out of Missouri. From what I've heard from press conferences and read online, looks like he has the potential to be a pretty good depth piece for the Los Angeles Rams. The capability to be kind of a swing tackle or interior lineman. And that to me is kind of what I was expecting with the round one pick. If you saw any of my pre-draft videos, I kind of thought the Rams would go that route, but I'm sure the Rams are stoked that Keegan Tross dropped to them in the third round at pick 93. I I I think it's kind of the similar focus to this is a draft that the Rams wanted to develop for the future, but also have depth pieces in. There's not just and again, this isn't an every season type of thing. It's where the Rams roster is right now. They have a lot of proven players. They're in the prime of their career. A good number of the core group are under contract for multiple years, and that's exciting, right? And you have a veteran quarterback, Matthew Stafford, that is kind of operating year to year, and having as many good offensive linemen as possible is so important in the modern NFL, right? So I have every faith that AJ Jackson, aka the Great North Wall, and Warren McClendon, you're gonna have big Steve Avila in there, and of course Kevin Dotson. They're gonna show him the ropes. They're gonna take him under their wing, and this is a great Rams offensive line room to be drafted into. And I'm excited for Keegan Tross. I think he'll be a Ram for a while. I think that as long as he comes in and from what we can tell, he's someone that's ready to do the work. To be honest, even seeing like his intro video on the Rams social media accounts, he seems like a Ram, right? So that's my thought on Keegan Tross. Moving on to CJ Daniels. This was a pick that I'm going to say surprised me. Just not that the Rams drafted a wide receiver like that's 6'2" and like CJ Daniels out of Miami. It's more just they gave up some later draft capital to move up and get him. And I get excited about that because it shows that he's someone that was on the Rams draft board and they were like, oh, he's not going to last much longer. Let's go get him, right? And that essentially made it so that the Rams only had 5 picks this draft, which again, they don't need to have a large draft class because of the current state of their roster. So excited for CJ Daniels. He seems like a wide receiver that can be a playmaker. Probably, going to be on special teams. Maybe he's someone that can possibly compete with Xavier Smith for some punt returning responsibilities. Not exactly sure. So definitely someone to watch. And I was surprised. This Rams, they didn't draft a running back for the first time in the Sean McVay era, and them drafting a wide receiver I think just made a lot of sense. And and again, the Rams running back room is really good right now with Kyron and Corum, and who knows with Jarquez Hunter coming into year two, right? So there was a need at the wide receiver position, which is the point I'm trying to make here. Tutu Atwell departing, and not that CJ Daniels is a Tutu Atwell type of player. He's a very different style of football player, but I overall I do like the pick. And moving on to the final pick, and I don't want to say this was a pick I didn't like. It did surprise me that the Rams only drafted one defensive player, and it was a defensive lineman named Tim Keenan. And now, Tim, congrats to you. That you're going into a really good defensive line room, and we'll see if he makes the roster. I know that this is a Rams team that's really competitive right now. Odds are there's a chance he gets cut, and maybe he makes the practice squad or something like that. Who knows? But this is a pick that I think the Rams came into this draft thinking they were going to make. I know some Ram fans, including myself, thought, hey, maybe you'll draft like a linebacker or something like that. But again, they only made 5 picks this draft, four of them on offense, one of them on defense. Maybe we thought there would be some more secondary drafting or something like that. But ultimately, this is the Rams draft class for 2026. Let's take a look at the depth chart here. You can see in purple, that's where the rookies are. So Tim Keenan is kind of buried on the depth chart there. So that's why I kind of think there's a chance he might not make the roster right away. He might have to keep working towards it. And here we go. You'll see Ty Simpson's there is penciled in. As Sean McVay said, he's going to compete with Stetson Bennett for that backup quarterback position. Keegan Tross, he's put in there behind Warren McClendon. And again, that's one of the main reasons I thought that the Rams would draft a potential tackle at the 13th overall pick. But excited to see if Keegan Tross can develop into a high caliber player. And then CJ Daniels fitting in there. He's on the same line as Kenoda Mumfield and Xavier Smith. Rightfully where it makes sense for him to be there. And then, as I said, Max Klare, my favorite pick of the draft just because it makes the tight end room consistent. He fits the mold of a Rams tight end right now because they all kind of look the same. You can confuse you on the television when you're watching sometimes. But those are my thoughts on the draft. I can't wait to hear yours. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Who was your favorite draft pick? Are there any that you disagreed with? Like, what's your opinion on Ty Simpson? Because it seems like everyone on the internet has one. As always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. And I will see you in the next Rams video. Woo!